G'day guys, my name is Captain James Force. Welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos. Today we're talking about Planet Crafter and we're talking about rockets. So we're going to go through what it takes to make rockets, the different types of rockets, what they look like when you launch them, why, which are the best rockets, and yeah, kind of which ones you should use more than others. So that's what we got. We got a lot. We're going to pack into this video. We're going to launch a bunch of rockets so we can kind of show you what's going on. In the meantime, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. We're pushing for 1,000, and we're not too far away. So thank you to all of you for helping out. But I won't keep you too long. Let's crack into it. The first thing we have to do when making rockets, obviously, is make a rocket engine. So there are two things that you will need to produce rockets. The first one is rocket engines, which is from the Advanced Craft Station, and the second one is the launch platform. This basically allows you to send the rockets up into space. If you've seen my videos before, you would have seen that my rocket platform is over here. I have cleared some space from earlier videos so I can fully show you what the meteors look like, because there were far too many trees in front of my house before, so I couldn't show you. So to make a rocket engine, this is the Advanced Craft Station, and the rocket engine is here. So you need an Iridium rod, which is 9 bits of Iridium, 2 bits of uranium, and a super alloy. I have pre-built my rockets, but I have 1 uranium rod left and quite a lot of, sorry, 1 Iridium rod left and quite a lot of uranium, so I don't need to worry about that. So once we've made our rocket engines, of which I have made 4, because there are 4 rockets that I'm going to show you today. You build your launch platform somewhere nice and open. And when you come up here, you usually have to climb them. I have the jetpack, so it's a little bit easier. You go into here. So you have attracting uranium, attracting iridium, moss spread, and a seed spreader. So oxygen, biomass, pressure, and heat. The first one I like to do is the Iridium asteroids, the magnetic field protection rocket. Reason being, you need iridium to make more rocket engines, and at the start that can be quite difficult to come by. I mean, obviously, for those that didn't know, that's the iridium kind of cave over there, where you can get all the iridium you'll need, but eventually you will run out, especially when you're putting so many rockets up there. So the first one I like to do is this one. So rocket engine, 2 super alloys, and 3 silicons. And then it makes said rocket. Once it's fully formed, you do the awesome thing, and you push the button. Now we wait. We're gonna get some water while we wait. And it will basically turn the sky into this kind of red looking haze, and then asteroids are going to essentially drop down and pile in. Of course it lands in some trees. It'll be like roughly where you are, so they'll kind of spread out to roughly where you are in the map. So as you can see, this one slaps into the ocean, into the lake I mean. It's quite handy if they hit the lake actually, because it's much easier to get to. So this is 7 asteroids. There's an 8th asteroid there as well. The only thing you want to make sure about asteroids is that you don't log out before the asteroids are finished coming down, or before you've had a chance to collect all the things, because the materials will despawn. So let's grab some oxygen, and then I'll show you what the iridium looks like. There was one over here. So as you come over here, you can see the red glow. So there'll just be iridium on the floor. There should be about anywhere from kind of 5 to 6, maybe more pieces hanging around. The handy thing is that they won't stay here forever. the iridium pieces, but the rocks will despawn before the iridium pieces despawn. So you'll be able to kind of clean up the mess that is hanging around. So that's 4 pieces. There's probably a 5th one in here somewhere that I... Oh, there we go. It'll also leave this. This also disappears. I wish this would stay in the game. This is kind of like the iridium shell that's happening. And, yeah, this is the iridium asteroids. As you can see, there were 8. So there's another one over here. So there's plenty of iridium to be able to make a few more rockets if you are able to go and gather it all. The only problem when it hits like this is there can be some clipping issues. But yeah, this is the iridium meteors, and just like sorry, the iridium rocket, and just like every rocket, actually 2 landed literally right next to each other. So that's kind of really interesting. And just like every other rocket, it has 1,000% multiplier increase. These aren't like 1,000 and then 1,000 of 1,000. It's just 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. So very, very useful early game, and then kind of really tail off towards the mid game, so the mid end game. So yeah, that is the Iridium rockets. The second rocket we're going to go through is the Asteroids Attraction Rocket, which attracts uranium. So this gives you a global heat generation bonus of 1,000%. So the Iridium gave you a pressure multiplier of 1,000%. The uranium one gives you a heat multiplier. So I went and collected all that uranium, all that iridium, by the way, and I got about 2 rods, 2 and a bit rods. So I'm sure there's some more iridium somewhere, but at least it allowed me to make some more rockets. So when I launch this rocket, I'm also going to show you the quite interesting bug that is currently in Planet Crafter, for those that don't know. So we're going to launch, and I'm going to show you what to do. We're just going to try and push this to the side. Perfect. So you can... Oh, I think it might still go up, actually. You can make the rocket do weird turns. That's actually not the best example, because it still flew fairly straight. But I've like ditched one in the lake before. We got a couple more rockets. We can make it work. Where's the uranium flying over there? So same as before, we just wait for all these uranium asteroids to come down. Of course, one hits the base. It's very difficult to see. I really want one to hit the water. Oh, that'll do. Because I want to show you guys what it looks like when it's in the water. So there's number 5. Basically hits the same place. Number 6 hits the aluminium field. Yeah, so there's 8 of these as well. So we picked up about 4 to 6 iridium per rocket that came down. I'm sure you can get more sometimes, but that's just kind of what we got. And that one's going to hit in a really awkward place. But at least all the uranium kind of like fell to the ground. So another 8 meteors. We're going to go pick up some uranium. Thankfully it's not, you know, poisoning us or anything. There was... Yeah, there's probably still some stuck up there, I would assume. But here's 4 pieces. And I want to show you what the underwater one looks like, mainly. Because when they land underwater, it's actually much easier to see what's going on. As you can see here, like, look how this green completely stands out against the back of the water. It's so much easier to find uranium and iridium when they're underwater, just because of how much they glow and how much that glow kind of reflects off the water's surface itself. Underwater when you look at it. So it makes it so much easier, because asteroids the meteors will just break apart on the top of the water and then just sink. So it makes it quite easy to find. And there you can see we have 5 pieces of iridium from this one. So, sorry, 5 pieces of uranium. I'm forever getting those mixed up. My apologies, guys. But yeah, so that is the uranium rockets, which gives you the 1000 heat multiplier. So yeah, next up we will get a random meteor shower, and once we've done that, we will look at the biomass and the seed spreader rockets. Right, the third rocket is the biomass rocket. Now the meteor shower has cleared and it's gone back today and everything looks a bit cleaner. We're going to look at the biomass rocket. So it increases moss spread, gives you 1000% biomass multiplier, 2 super alloys, a fertilizer, a seed lemur, and a tree bark. Now, this, oh yeah, I can't go into it, but the biomass rocket and the oxygen rocket are basically the 2 most important rockets in the game. Essentially, the pressure and the heat are fine, but to really advance through the later stages much quicker, you need a lot of biomass and a lot of oxygen rockets. You know, people in the comments or people in Discord have said they fired like 20 or 30 of these things to make their process a lot quicker. I haven't fired that many, but I've definitely fired more of these than I have of the heat and pressure ones. The heat and pressure ones are really good early. Like, as soon as you get the launch rockets, try to launch them. But then once you really get into it, then you just need to launch these rockets as much as you can. So, yeah, we're going to launch this one, even though we are now in this strange weather cloud. Yeah, we're going to launch this and show you what happens. Once again, we're going to try and push this over. That didn't really work. I've been able to get a really good one. It's just gonna donk right into the canyon, isn't it? Yeah. So, the thing about these 2 is they don't actually have anything that comes down. But what you will see, and probably what you won't see, thanks to this random weather storm, is that the biomass rocket will actually kind of change what the atmosphere looks like for a little bit. This is probably the worst, most inconvenient timing, and I apologize for that. But what usually happens is you kind of get like a different color, and you kind of get this like greeny moss look in the air, and yeah, like it just changes what your planet looks like for a little bit. It lasts about the same time as the meteor shower does, but doesn't actually kind of drop anything or kind of give you anything. So yeah, that is the biomass rocket. So the last rocket we're going to send up is the seed spreader rocket. So this one gives you a global generation bonus to oxygen multiplier of 1000. The biomass rocket is the only one that kind of needs to be... these 2 are the ones that kind of need to be unlocked later. You kind of start with the heat and the pressure earlier. So we're going to make the seed spreader rocket. Gives you an oxygen bonus of 1000, and that is like just so super good. So we're going to launch this. We're going to do our best to knock it right over. Oh, I think we did so. Perfect. So it's going to land in the ocean. Dunk. It's just going to dunk right into the lake. And yeah, it still works, by the way. Like, even if you do these things to your rockets, they will still completely 100% work as intended. Even though, as you can tell, it's struggling to go anywhere. But look, you can see that already the effect is here. So this is what the seed spreader rocket looks like. You kind of get this wind, and there's kind of like this greenery in the air, and that's kind of what you're looking for. That's how you know the rocket's working, even though it was stuck over there. So yeah, this is your oxygen multiplied by 1000. This and the biomass are just so super important, because if we go inside, you know, everything takes on this green tinge, which is kind of nice. If you look here, the oxygen and the biomass are so important. Like, you know, you're at 670,000 grams a second, but it's really the oxygen, the biomass that carry the transformation later on. I mean, look, we're at almost 69% of insects. Nice. And yeah, it's kind of one of those things that it takes a long time, and this kind of part is not implemented yet. So when it gets to it, those are the two rockets, the biomass and the oxygen, that you really want to be making use of. Okay, we're not quite done. But James, I hear you say, there are two more rockets. There are two GPS satellite rockets. Yes, so I didn't launch these, mainly because I've already launched the satellite tier 2, and there is no extra bonus for actually launching these. You don't get more of the map. The difference between the GPS satellites is you just get more kind of map showing in a screen. And people ask, but if I launch more, do I get more map? The answer is no. What you need to do is actually lay different screens around your world so you can see more. I'll show you what I mean. So this is the map I have here. This will also show real-time meteor strikes as well. So this is my base, this is my other base, this is kind of the starting area down here, this is the aluminium fields, the labyrinth, the battleship. So kind of this is what you can see from this location. Now, I also put another screen, so you can actually see quite a lot of that map. But I also put another screen for this very purpose into the super alloy cave. Let me just pick up some uranium on the way through. As you can see, I didn't quite gather all of it, but as you can also see, it stays long after the rocks have disappeared. So, you have plenty of time. Just anytime you log out and then log back in, from what I've experienced, they all disappear. So, make sure you're grabbing everything all at once. And as you come up here, I'll show you what the difference is. Also, there is absolutely no reason to launch a tier 1 once you unlock the tier 2. There's not even an achievement attached to it, I think, so you can just straight unlock the tier 2 one. This is what it looks like from this screen. So as you can see, I have a little base here. Kind of, this is the satellite, we're kind of in here. This is the kind of lake area of the battleship, and this is basically what it looks like. So if you want to get more of the map, you just put more screens in different places, and it will show you more of the map. So yeah, that is rockets, guys. I hope that really helped. I hope it kind of helped you understand what was going on, and yeah, enjoy. Perfect. So that's all you need to know about rockets. Yeah, there's a lot there, I know, but yeah, I hope that really helped you guys and kind of helped you understand, you know, what you need to launch and kind of how they all work and what kind of resources that you'll need for them. So yeah, until next time, guys. Happy hunting. Go out there and terraform some planets. Peace out.